Yes guys, welcome back to another video. Thought I'd finally do a bit of coverage on my old knacker Volvo. I've had this for ages now. I've had this about a year or something, probably longer, probably about a year and a half, maybe even longer than that. Don't know. Anyway, I'll run you through a little story what we did with it. So we bought this completely standard car it were. In fact, I'll take you back before that. Before that, I've always wanted one of these for years and years and years, and my pal got one. We went to USC one weekend. Anyway, he had a 940, comes and picks me up at 6:30 in the morning, and we left my road sideways, and I was just like, "Whoa, this is mint." I was blagging him all weekend, saying, "Come on, sell me that car, sell me that car." I wouldn't sell it me. So that's when I ended up finding this one on Facebook. It was completely standard, off an old boy. Had it his whole life. It even came with like a boot full of spares, like Ains manual, and you know, just how it is when you buy something off an older person, it always comes with old spares. So naturally, when I got it, first thing I did was just ruin it instantly. I'll give you a little look at what we've got now. So it is running a tubular manifold. It's one that I built. Just a little run front specker. It's a PSR 2860 Gen 1 ball bearing turbo running external wastegate. External wastegate comes out of wing, which sounds absolutely savage, but I love it and I hate it. Reason being, you cannot drive it sensible. Anytime you want to come on boost, that thing just wants to go rah, and everyone just wants to look at you and phone police. So at some point in future, I am going to route that into downpipe. Big hole in wing, I'm going to have to just get a new wing for it. Wing's knackered anyway, it's got a big dent in it there. I actually didn't do that, it came like that. Old guy who had it before me did that. What else we got? Inlet manifold is a modified K-Jet one, so those of you who are not sure what a K-Jet is, B230 red block engines came in loads and loads of old Volvos right up from the 70s. So the very early ones were a carburetor engine, and they had what's called this, well, they called a K-Jet, and they came with this style of manifold on it. I chopped it down this seam here, welded a flat plate on, made all this plenum, big 80mm throttle body. Yeah, so that flows a hell of a lot better. See, adjustable fuel regulator, Nuke Performance fuel rail. It has got, you know what? I can't even remember what CC injectors are in it. I want to say, I'm not sure. 600s, maybe bigger. Don't know, can't remember. They're big anyway. It's running aftermarket ECU. ECU is a standalone. It's a DRE racing ECU from a company in Norway, I believe. Norway or Sweden, one or two. Very similar to a Mega Squirt ECU. Works on the same type of thing, tune it on Tuner Studio. So we've obviously, I can mess about with it. To be fair, it probably wants going over again, in all honesty. I think there's more to give in this engine. It dynoed at 330 horsepower, I think it were, 330. Problem is with this engine will be good for a hell of a lot more power, but the restricting factor at the moment is the turbo. Turbo's only small. When I got this, I didn't want it to be really laggy and big and horrible, so I went for quite a small turbo. Kind of regretting that decision now. I wish I'd gone for like a GT30, something like that, something a little bit bigger. If I'd have stuck with ball bearing, I think it'd have probably just been just as savage, but actually a little bit more power. I think that turbo's rated for like 300 to 400 horsepower, but we're running it at 1.6 bar. Don't know how much more I dare go, in all honesty. Intercooler is an Audi S3 intercooler, flipped upside down, modified outlets, made that work. This is a Toyota Super radiator, twin electric fans. Boost pipe routing is a bit different to what you probably normally see on a Volvo B230, just because this turbo's sat quite far forward. If we're ever going to build another manifold, I'd sit it further back, further down. That'd make boost pipe routing a little bit better. I did try it in various orientation and it just never really worked. It always looked stupid, so I just did it like that instead. Yeah, full 3-inch exhaust. Exhaust is to a turn down at back, nice and discreet. 2 small boxes in it. Again, if I were going to do exhaust again, I'd probably make exhaust a little bit quieter. It's a little bit loud for my liking. I'm not a fan of loud exhaust. You're probably thinking, what on earth's gone off here? You've seen that these company called Thermonet, I think it is, what do like heat wrapping on manifolds and downpipes and stuff. Absolutely amazing. Problem is it's not cheap and I'm way too tight, so I just redneck my own together with Jubilee clips. We did have to cut an hole in bonnet anyway and put a vent there, just because the heat what comes off this thing, you could have fried an egg on bonnet. It just gets so hot if you're on it. If you're absolutely on gas pedal all the time, the heat out of it is just unreal. So that helped a little bit. Cutting a hole in bonnet made the biggest difference. That lets all heat out of bonnet nicely. Yeah, that helps. What else is there? So in here we've got a Samsung Galaxy tablet. So this is connected to the ECU. You can basically see everything on flight. Also doubles up as a speedo. Turn wipers off. Yeah, also doubles up as a speedo because when I fitted an LSD in it, the original speedo stopped working because it picks up off rear diff. My new diff didn't have a speedo pickup on it, so I had to improvise. So this works the GPS speedo, works nice. Obviously gives you all this other stuff, coolant, temperature, and what else we got? It gives you boost, AFR. I've got an AFR gauge here. I had that in there from before when I didn't have that screening, and I have got a manual boost gauge as well. Always handy just to cross reference them both, and yeah, they are always pretty close to be honest. Got to have Sparco steering wheel, drift wheel. Not that I can drift. Terrible. Kept original seats though, leathers. In fact, I've kept most of it original inside, to be fair. All original leathers. Still got original dog cage in it because I do actually bring my dogs to work in this. So yeah, I still use car. When I'm not using it, it just sits in a bush, basically, at my house. It's a cool thing. I'll show you a couple of clips of it. Just before I show you the Volvo limited clips, come on guys, show the love. www.carbonfactory.co.uk. Jump on their website. They do spoilers, they do mirrors covers, they do splitters, they do exhaust tips, everything right up to full bonnets. Look on there, Audis, they do Toyotas, VWs, all sorts. Jump on there, anything you like, go to the checkout, type in NAW Fabs for a 5% discount. It's not a lot, guys. 5% is not a lot, I know it's not, but if you're spending 900 quid on a full bonnet, 5% is better than a kicking knackers. Every little helps. Also, while you're at it, if you've got any other type of project car on there, jump on Max Speeding Rods website, check out their list of stuff, what they do. They obviously do com rods. The Volvo, my Volvo B230 is running these com rods. Had no issues whatsoever, been fantastic. I know a lot of other lads on B230 owners clubs are all running Max Speeding rods with no issues whatsoever. They do universal turbos. Could probably do it turbo myself, to be honest with you. My Pulsar turbo is quite restrictive. I know they do a GT3071. Looks decent, to be fair. Cheap. It's a budget turbo, obviously. But yeah, if you're doing a budget build, absolutely perfect. Jump on checkout, NAW15. It gets you 15% off anything on website. It's not a lot, but as I say, it's better than a kicking knackers. So we're out in the Volvo of dreams. It's the biggest rattle box in the world because it's got solid engine mount. So I don't even know if you'll hear anything of our old car rattling. Solid engine mounts. The worst thing I ever did on this car. I absolutely hate the things. I thought they'd get softer. They haven't at all. Just makes the whole car rattle. But let's go and have a little tickle. Let's go and have a little play. Get on rev limiter. On a private road, of course. Legally, up to 70 mile an hour, of course.
Definitely not. Oh, I can't get those plastic.
Volvo, rear wheel drive, that sounds like it's falling to pieces. That's scary.
That is cool. Even more a fucking rattle box than this, isn't it?
Yeah. I suppose at least Escort's front wheel drive, it actually wants to pull its send straight. Rear wheel drive, this just wants to go sideways. He shit himself. He shit himself. Oh, shook cam. Shook cammed him. So there we have it. It's a little bit too busy out to be having a bit too much of a play in it, but. Oh.
If you want to see more of this, drop a comment. And we will go to Mexico at night. Wink wink.